What's the one team error that frustrates you the most?
Oh, I think the one team error that I think frustrate most coaches would probably have to be that unforced error. There's just no way, there's just nothing you can do about it.
Usually if someone misses a tackle by a lack of effort, actually, you know, again, people miss tackles, but if they're in the position to make a tackle, I'll put up with that. But if they could have got to the tackle and they haven't got to the tackle, that irks me a touch.
I don't think there's one error. I think it's when something happens in the game where you knew that it just needed to take knowing the rules, whether it's, you know, whether the ones where the guys are close to the sideline and they're trying to keep it in and it, you know, and they end up knocking it out and ends up being, where they just, if they put their foot over the sideline and touch it, it ends up a scrum to them. Ones that like that end up being, if you just knew the rules a bit differently or knew the rules, then you would have nailed the play.
Probably incompleting set after points. I think that's probably something that you just see so often and you talk about it so much, almost like, I think it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Actually, when I first started coaching, I was coaching reserve grade. It happens more in reserve grade than first grade. I just stopped talking about it. You know, everyone says complete. I'm like, don't say that. Just don't say anything. Just go out there and say, you're almost better off saying, try and score, because they're going to try anyway, so. But that's pretty hard to take, yeah, usually.
What's the one team error that frustrates you the most?
Oh, it's always a knock-on, I think. Yeah, I think whenever you drop the ball, you're never happy.
Oh, any error coming out of the back of the field that you don't sort of want to have too many of.
Yeah, that would be errors coming out of your end, and we were ranked #1 in those errors last year, so that would be play-the-ball errors and errors in the ruck. Certainly coach killers, so to speak, but that'd be the one thing for me.
Probably it's a defensive error, taking a show, especially, you know, where players are that well drilled nowadays and educated, and they know a lot of the times on what's coming, but, you know, just falling for a dummy. You know, every time we play Jonathan Thurston, no shows, but he still get you every time.
Yeah, a little knock on it to play the bloke.
Yeah, on tackle one.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, how many times you played the football in your career and you just can't get to it, but, you know, it's never an error that they try to make. It's I'm sure we've all made one. I know I have.
On the Fan